Good evening. Welcome to the No Pants presentation of Lysistrata. I am not why you're here, but I just wanted to take a minute to thank our sponsors, the Tennessee Williams Theater Company of New Orleans. This is the third No Pants production we have put on since we entered these rather unusual times, and they've been a lot of fun, and it's been really inspiring to see the Tennessee Williams Company do what they can to continue to make live theater possible in New Orleans in whatever way we can. And if you are interested in helping to make live theater possible in New Orleans, even here in these unusual times, you can check out what the Tennessee Williams Theater Company is up to. You can go to their website at twtheaternola.com. That's theater with an R-E. twtheaternola.com. You can see what projects they're working on. If you have the resources to donate, we'd really appreciate it. But other than that, I'm going to hand things off to our director, LaKesha Glover, and enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. First, I just want to say I want to thank you all for taking this time tonight to watch this show, Lysistrata. I'm very excited. I want to thank the Tennessee Williams Theater Company for asking me to do this, right? So thank you all. I am honored to have this opportunity to work with these actors. They are phenomenal. I come across them and have worked with a few, and I'm just so honored, and thank you to you all for saying, hey, Keisha, yeah, I'll work with you. So I feel very honored tonight. I'm very excited. I hope everybody have their cocktails and they are ready to just sit back and enjoy a reading, right? Because these actors are coming and they are phenomenal. And I'm so excited. So thank you all, because thank you for your support, supporting me, supporting the actors, and supporting the company. Okay. So thank you, enjoy, and see you later. Coming to a stage near you. Okay, it ain't about me. I'm sorry, it's not about me. All right, bye.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah.
Hello, my name is Tenaj.
Hi, my name is April.
Hello, my name is Samantha.
Hello, my name is Donald Lewis.
Hi, my name is Francisco Pazo.
Hey, I'm Xavier Juarez.
Hello, I'm Kia Firstly.
Hi, I'm Keshuna Jones-Lee.
Good evening, I'm Constance Thompson.
Hey everyone, I'm Wayland Cooper.
Hi, good evening, I'm Tori Hayward.
And hey y'all, I'm Chevis Michael.
And I am Chelsea Blunt. In a public square at Athens, afterwards before the gates of the Acropolis, and finally within the precincts of the Citadel.
Oh, if only they'd been invited to a Bacchic reveling or a feast of Pan or Aphrodite or Gentilis, why, the streets would have been impassable for the thronging tambourines. Now there's never a woman here, except my neighbor Calonice, whom I see approaching yonder. Good day, Calonice.
Good day, Lysistrata, but pray, why this dark, forbidding face, my dear? Believe me, you don't look a bit pretty with those black, lowering brows.
Calonice, my dear, my heart is on fire. I blush for our sex. Men will have it we are tricky and sly.
And they are quite right, upon thy word.
Yet, look at you. When the women are summoned to meet for a matter of the last importance, they lie abed instead of coming.
Oh, they will come, my dear, but 'tis not easy, you know, for women to leave the house. One is busy pottering about her husband, another is getting the servant up, a third is putting her child to sleep or washing the brat or feeding it.
But I tell you, the business that calls them here is far away and greatly urgent.
And why do you summon us, dear Lysistrata? What is this all about?
About a big affair.
And is it thick, too?
Yes, indeed, both big and great.
And we are not all on the spot?
Oh, If it were what you suppose, there would never be an absentee. No, no. It concerns the thing I have turned about this way and that of many sleepless nights.
Oh, it must be something mighty fine and subtle for you to have turned about it so.
So fine, it means just this. Greece saved by women.
By women? Why its salvation hangs on a poor thread, then?
Our country's fortunes depend on us. It is with us to undo utterly the Peloponnesians.
That would be a noble deed, truly, but how should women perform so wise and glorious an achievement? We women who dwell in the retirements of the household, clad in diaphanous garments of yellow silk and long flowing gowns, decked out with flowers and shod with dainty little slippers?
Nay, but those are the very sheet anchors of our salvation. Those yellow tunics, those scents and slippers, those cosmetics and transparent robes.
How so, pray?
There is not a man will wield a lance against another.
Quick, I will get me a yellow tunic from the dyers.
Or want a shield.
I'll run and put on a flowing gown.
Or draw a sword.
I'll haste and buy a pair of slippers this instant.
Now tell me, would not the women have done best to come?
Why, they should have flown here.
Ah, my dear, you'll see that like true Athenians, they will do everything too late. Why, there's not a woman come from the shoreward parts, not one from Salamis.
But I know for certain they embarked at daylight.
And the dames from Orkane, I thought they would have been the very first to arrive.
The Agonese's wife, at any rate, is sure to come. She has actually been consult to Hecate. But look, here's some arrivals. And there are more behind. Aha! Now what country women may they be?
They are from Anagira.
Are we late, Lysistrata? Tell us, pray. What? Not a word.
I cannot say much for you, Myrrhine. You have not bestirred yourself overmuch for an affair of such urgency.
I could not find my girdle in the dark. However, if the matter is so pressing, here we are, so speak.
No, let us wait a moment more till the women of Boeotia arrive and those from the Peloponnese.
Ah, yes, that is best. Ah, here comes Lampito.
Good day, Lampito. Dear friend from Sparta, how well and handsome you look. What a rosy complexion, and how strong you seem. Why, you could strangle a bull, surely.
Yes, indeed. I think I really could. Just because I do gymnastics and practice the kick dance.
And with superb bosoms.
Oh, la. You are feeling me as if I were a beast for sacrifice.
And this young woman, what country woman is she?
Oh, she is a noble lady from Boeotia.
Ah, my pretty Boeotian friend. You are as blooming as a garden.
Yes, on my word. And the garden is so prettily weeded, too.
And who is this?
'Tis an honest woman by my faith. She comes from Corinth.
Oh, honest. No doubt, then, as honesty goes in Corinth.
But who has called together this council of women, pray?
I have.
Well then, tell us what you want of us.
With pleasure, my dear.
What is this most important business you wish to inform us about?
I will tell you, but first, answer me one question.
What is that?
Don't you feel sad and sorry because the fathers of your children are far away from you with the army? For I'll undertake there is not one of you whose husband is not abroad at this moment.
Mine has been the last 5 months in Thrace, looking after Euphrates.
'Tis 7 long months since mine left for Pylos.
As for mine, if he ever does return from service, he's no sooner back than he takes down his shield and he flies back to the wars.
And not so much as a shadow of a lover. Since the day the Milesians betrayed us, I have never once seen an 8-inch long dildo even to be a leathern consolation to us poor widows. Now, tell me, if I have discovered a means of ending the war, will you all second me?
Yes, verily, by all the goddesses, I swear I will, though I have to put my gown in pawn and drink the money the same day.
And so will I, though I must be split in two like a flat fish and have half myself removed.
And I too, why, to secure peace, I would climb to the top of Mount Chalagus.
Then I will out with it at last, my mighty secret. Oh, sister women, if we could compel our husbands to make peace, we must refrain.
Refrain from what? Tell us. Tell us.
But will you do it?
We will, though we should die of it.
We must refrain from the male organ altogether. Nay, why do you turn your backs on me? Where are you going? So, you bite your lips and shake your heads, eh? Why these pale, sad looks? Why these tears? Come, will you do it, yes or no? Do you hesitate?
No. I will not do it. Let the war go on.
And you, my pretty flatfish, who declared just now they might split you in two.
Anything but that. Bid me go through the fire, if you will, but to rob us of the sweetest thing in all the world, my dear. Dear Lysistrata.
And you?
Yes, I agree with the others. I too would sooner go through the fire.
Wanton, vicious sex. The poets have done well to make tragedies upon us. So we are good for nothing then but love and lewdness. But you, my dear, you, hardy from Sparta, if you join me, all may yet be well. Help me, second me, I conjure you.
Oh, 'tis a hard thing. By the two goddesses it is, for a woman to sleep alone without ever a strong male in her bed. But their peace must come first.
My dear, dearest, my friend, my best friend, you are the only one deserving of the name woman.
But if, which the gods forbid, we do refrain altogether from what you say, should we get peace any sooner?
Of course we should. By the goddesses twain, we need only sit indoors with painted cheeks and meet our mates lightly clad in transparent gowns of silk, and, employing all our charms and all our arts, then their tools will stand like mad and they will be wild to lie with us. That will be the time to refuse, and they will hasten to make peace. I am convinced of that.
But poor devils, suppose our husbands go away and leave us.
Then, as Crates says, we must flay a skinned dog. That is all.
Bah, these proverbs are idle talk, but if our husbands drag us by main force into the bedchamber?
Hold onto the doorposts.
Very well. If you will have it so, we agree.
For ourselves, no doubt, we shall persuade our husbands to conclude a fair and honest peace. But there is the Athenian populace. How are we to cure those folk from their warlike frenzy?
Have no fear. We undertake to make our own people see reason.
Nay, impossible. So long as they have their trusty ships and the vast treasures stored in the temple of Athene.
Ah, but we have seen to that. This very day the Acropolis will be in our hands. That is the task given to the older women. While we are here in council, they are going under pretense of offering sacrifice to seize the citadel.
Well said indeed. So, everything is going for the best.
Come, quick. Lampito, let us bind ourselves by an inviolable oath.
Recite the terms. We will swear to them.
Lysistrata, say, what oath are we to swear?
What oath? Why, in Aeschylus, they sacrifice a sheep and swear over a buckler. We will do the same.
No, Lysistrata, one cannot swear peace over a buckler, surely.
What other oath do you prefer?
Let's take a white horse and sacrifice it and swear on its entrails.
But where get a white horse from?
Well, what oath shall we take then?
Listen to me. Let's set a great black bowl on the ground. Let's sacrifice a skin of Phasian wine into it, and take the oath not to add one single drop of water.
That's an oath pleases me more than I can say.
Let them bring me a bowl and a skin of wine.
My dears, what a noble big bowl. What a delight 'twill be to empty it.
Set the bowl on the ground and lay your hands on the victim. Almighty goddess, persuasion, and thou bowl, boon comrade of joy and merriment, receive this our sacrifice and be propitious to us poor women.
Oh, the fine red blood, how well it flows.
What a delicious savor by the goddesses twain!
Now, my dears, let me swear first, if you please.
No, by the goddess of love, let us decide by that lot.
Then, Lampito, and all of you, put your hands to the bowl, and do you, Calonice, repeat in the name of all the solemn terms I am going to recite. Then you must all swear and pledge yourselves by the same promises. I will have naught to do, whether with lover or husband.
I will have naught to do, whether with lover or husband.
Albeit he come to me with stiff and standing tool.
Albeit he come to me with stiff and standing tool. Oh, listen, no, I cannot bear it.
I will live at home in perfect chastity.
I will live at home in perfect chastity.
Beautifully dressed and wearing a saffron-colored gown.
Beautifully dressed and wearing a saffron-colored gown.
To the end I may inspire my husband with the most ardent longings.
To the end I may inspire my husband with the most ardent longings.
Never will I give myself voluntarily.
Never will I give myself voluntarily.
And if he has me by force?
And if he has me by force,
I will be cold as ice. I will never stir a limb.
I will be cold.
I will be cold as ice and never stir a limb.
I will not lift my legs in the air.
I will not lift my legs in the air.
Nor will I crouch like carven lions on a knife handle.
Nor will I crouch like carven lions on a knife handle.
And if I keep my oath, may I be suffered to drink this wine.
And if I keep my oath, may I be suffered to drink of this wine.
But if I break it, let my bowl be filled with water.
But if I break it, let my bowl be filled with water.
Will ye all take this oath?
Yes, yes.
Then lo, now I will consume the remnant.
She drinks.
Enough, my dear. Let us all drink in turn to cement our friendship.
Hark! What do those cries mean?
Is what I was telling you. The women have just occupied the Acropolis. So now, Lampito, you return to Sparta to organize the plot while your comrades remain here as hostages. For ourselves, let us away to join the citadel, and let us push the bolts well home.
But don't you think the men will march up against us?
I laugh at them. Neither threats nor flames shall force our doors. They shall open only on the terms I have named.
Yes, by Aphrodite, let us keep up our old-time repute for authenticity and spite.
Go easy, Draces, go easy.
Why, your shoulder is all chafed from these plaguey heavy oil stocks.
Foot forward, still forward, manage these mutts. What unlooked for things to do happen, to be sure, in a long life. And, Stramadoris, who would have ever thought it? Here we have the women who use for our misfortune to eat our bread and live in our houses, daring nowadays to lay hands on the holy image of the goddess, to seize the Acropolis and draw bars and bolts to keep any from entering.
Come, Philurgus, man, let's hurry thither. Let's lay our torches all about the citadel, and on the blazing pile burn with our hands these vile conspiracies, one and all, and Lycan's wife, Lysistrata, first and foremost.
Nay, by Demeter, never will I let him laugh at me while I have a breath left in my body. Clemens himself, the first who ever seized our citadel, had to quit to soar his dishonor. Spite in his Spartan pride, he had to deliver me up his arms, slink off with a single garment to his back.
My word! But he was filthy and ragged, and what an unkempt beard, to be sure. He had not had a bath for 6 long years. Oh, but that was a mighty siege. Our men were ranged 17 deep before the gate and never left their posts, even to sleep.
These women, these enemies of Euripides, and all the gods, shall I do nothing to hinder their inordinate insolence? Else let them tear down my trophies of Marathon, but look to finish this toilsome climb. Only this last steep but is left to mount. Truly, it is no easy job without beast of burden, and how these logs do bruise my shoulder. Still, let us carry on and blow up our fire and see it does not go out, just as we reach our destination. Oh dear, what a dreadful smoke. It bites my eyes like a mad dog. It is lemon fire for sure, or it would never devour my eyes like this. Come on, Latches, let's hurry. Let's bring succor to the goddess. It is now or never.
Oh dear! Oh, what a confounded smoke! There now. There's our fire, all bright and burning. Oh, thank the gods! Now, why not first put down our loads here? Then take a vine branch, slide it a brazier, and hurl it at the gate by way of battering ram. If they don't answer our summons by pulling back the bolts, then we set fire to the woodwork and the smoke will choke them.
Ye gods, what a smoke! Is there never
What a smoke! A singing general will help me unload my
Come, Brazier, do your duty, make the embers flare, that I may kindle a brand. I want to be the first to hurl one. Aid me, heavenly victory. Let us punish for their insolent audacity to the women who have seized our citadel, and may we raise a trophy of triumph for success.
Oh, my dears, methinks I see a fire and smoke. Can it be conflagration? Let us all hurry. Let's hurry, fly, ere we perish in the fire, or are stifled in the smoke raised by these accursed old men and their pitiless laws.
But great gods, can it be I come too late? Whew. Rising at dawn, I had the utmost trouble to fill this vessel at the fountain. Oh, what a crowd there was. Oh, what a din! What a rattling of water and pots! Servants pushed and thronged me. Oh, however, here I have filled it at last, and I'm running to carry the water to my fellow townswoman, whom our foes are plotting to burn alive.
News has been brought us that a company of old doddering gray beards, loaded with enormous torches, as if they wanted to heat a furnace, have taken the field, vomiting dreadful threats, crying that they must reduce to ashes these horrible women.
Suffer them not, O goddesses, but O thy grace. May I see Athens and Greece cured of their warlike folly. 'Tis to this end, O, though guardian deity of our city, goddess of the golden crest, that they have seized thy sanctuary. Be their friend and ally, Athene. And if any man hurl against them lighted firebrands, aid us to carry water to extinguish them.
What is this I see, ye wretched old men? Honest and pious folk ye cannot be, who act so vilely.
Here's something new.
A swarm of women stand posted outside to defend the gates.
We frighten you, do we?
We seem a mighty host, yet you do not see the 10,000th part of our sex.
Ho, shall we stop their cackles? Suppose one of us were to break a stick across their backs, eh?
Let us see. Set down our water pots on the ground to be out of the way, and if they should dare offer us violence.
Let someone knock out a tooth or three teeth for them. They won't talk so loud then.
Come on, man. I'll weight you with unflinching foot, and I will snap off your balls like a bitch.
Silence! Ere my stick has cut short your days.
Now you just dare touch us with the tip of your finger.
And if I batter you to pieces with my fists, what will you do?
I will tear out your lungs and entrails with my teeth.
Oh, what a clever poet is Euripides. How well he says that a woman is the most shameless of animals.
Let us pick up our water jugs again.
Accursed harlot! What do you mean to do here with your water?
And you, old death in life with your fire. Is it to cremate yourself?
I am going to burn your building and build you a pyre to roast your female friends upon.
And I am going to put out your fire.
Oh, you put out my fire? You!
Yes, you shall soon see.
I don't know what prevents me from roasting you with this torch.
I'm getting you a bath ready to clean off the filth.
A bath? For me? You dirty slut, you?
Yes, indeed. A nuptial bath.
Do you hear that? What insolence!
I am a free woman, I
tell you.
I will make you hold your tongue, never fear.
You shall never, ever sit more amongst the Helios.
Burn off her hair for her.
Water, do your office.
The women pitched the water in their water pots over the old men.
Oh dear!
Was it hot?
Oh dear! Oh dear!
Was it hot?
Hot! Great gods, enough!
I'm watering you to make you bloom afresh.
Alas, I am too dry. Ah me, how I'm trembling with cold.
These women, have they made din enough, I wonder, with their tambourines? Beweptidonous enough upon their terraces? Do you not blush, you women, for your wild and uproarious doings?
But you don't know all their effrontery yet.
They abused
and insulted us.
Then soused us with their water in their water pots, and have set us wringing out our clothes for all the world if we had be pissed ourselves.
And this too will be done by Poseidon. We men must share the blame of their ill conduct. It is we who teach them to love riot and dissoluteness and sow the seeds of wickedness in their hearts. You see a husband go into a shop. Look, you jeweler, says he. You remember the necklace you made for my wife? Well, the other evening she was dancing. The catch came open. Now, I am bound for salamis. Will you make it convenient to go up to her tonight and fasten it secure? Another will go to the cobbler, a great strong fellow with a great long tool, and tell him, the strap of one of my wife's sandals pressed as a little toe, which is extremely sensitive. Come in about midday to supple the things and stretch it. Now, see the results. Take my own case. As a magistrate, I have enlisted roars. I want money to pay him and low. The women clapped to the door in my face. But why do we stand here with arms crossed? Bring me a crowbar. I chastise their insolence. Ho there, my fine fellow.
Addressing one of his attendant officers.
I will put a hand to work myself.
No need to force the gates. I'm coming out. Here I am. And why bolts and bars? What we want here is not bolts and bars and locks, but common sense.
Really? My fine lady. Where's my officer? I want him to tie that woman's hands behind her back.
By Artemis, the virgin goddess, if he touches me with the tip of his finger, officer of the public office though he be, let him look out for himself.
Now, how are you afraid? Seize her, I tell you, round the body. Two of you at her and have done with it.
By Pandrosis, if you lay a hand on her, I'll trample you underfoot till you spill your guts.
Oh, there. Where's my other officer? Bring that minx first who speaks so prettily.
Bye, Phoebe. If you touch her with one finger, you'd better call quick for a surgeon.
What do you mean? Officer, warrior got to lay hold of her. Oh, but I'm going to stop your foolishness for all.
By the Tauric Artemis, if you go near her, I'll pull out your hair, scream as you like.
Ah, miserable man that I am. My own officers desert me. What, ho? Are we to let ourselves be bested by a mob of women? Cynthia's mine. Close your ranks and forward.
By the holy goddesses, you'll have to make acquaintance with 4 companies of women ready for the fray and well armed to boot.
Forward, Cynthians, and bind them.
Well, forward, my gallant companions. March forth, ye vendors of grain and eggs, garlic and vegetables, keepers of taverns and bakeries. Wrench, strike, and tear. Come, a torrent of incentive and insult. Enough. Enough. Now retire. Never rob the vanquished.
Here's a fine exploit for my officers.
Ah! So you thought you only had to do with a set of servants? You did not know the ardor that fills the bosom of free women.
Ardor, yes. By Apollo, ardor enough. Especially for the wine cup.
Sir, what use of words? They are of no avail with wild beasts of the sort.
Don't you know how they have just washed us down? And with no fragrant soap?
What would you have?
You should have never laid rash hands on us.
If you start afresh, I'll knock your eyes out.
My delight is to stay at home, as coy as a young maid, without hurting anybody or moving any more than a milestone. But where the wasps if you go stirring up the wasp's nest?
Ah, great gods, how get the better of these ferocious creatures? 'Tis past all bearing, but come, let us try to find reason of this dreadful scourge. With what end in view have they seized the citadel of Cranius, the sacred shrine that is raised upon the inaccessible rock of the Acropolis? Question them. Be cautious and not too credulous. 'Twould be culpable negligence not to pierce the mystery, if we may.
I would ask you first, why ye bared our gates?
To seize the treasury. No more money, no more war.
Then money is the cause of war?
And all of our troubles. 'Twas to find occasion to steal that Pysander and all the other agitators were forever raising revolutions. Well and good, but they'll never get another drachma here.
What do you propose they do then?
You ask me that. Why, we propose to administer the treasury ourselves.
You do?
What is in there to surprise you? Do we not administer the facilitation of household expenses?
But that is not the same thing.
How so not the same thing?
It is the treasury that supplies the expenses of war.
That is our first principle, no more war.
What? And the safety of the city?
We'll provide for that.
You?
Yes, just we.
What a sorry business.
Yes, we're going to save you, whether you will or no.
The impudence of the creatures.
You seem annoyed. But there, you've got to come to it.
But this very height of iniquity.
We're going to save you, my man.
But if I don't want to be saved?
Why, all the more reason.
But what a notion to concern yourselves with questions of peace and war.
We will explain our idea.
Out with it then. Quick or...
Threatening her.
Listen, and never a movement, please.
Oh, this is too much for me. I cannot keep my temper.
Then look out for yourself. You have more to fear than we have.
Stop your croaking, old crow you. Now you say your say.
Willingly. All the long time the war has lasted, we have endured in modest silence all you men did. We were never allowed ourselves to open our lips. We were far from satisfied, for we knew how things were going. Often in our homes, we would hear you discussing upside down and inside out some important turn of affairs. Then with sad hearts but smiling lips, we would ask you, well, in today's assembly, did they vote peace? But mind your business, the husband would growl. Hold your tongue, do. And I would say no more.
I would not have held my tongue, though. Not I.
You would have been reduced to silence by blows by now.
For my part, I would say no more. But presently I would come to know you had arrived at some fresh decision more fatally foolish than ever. Ah, my dear man, I would say, what madness is next? But he would only look at me askance and say, just weave your web, do, else your cheeks will smart for hours. War is men's business.
Bravo! Well said indeed.
How now, wretched man? Not to let us contend against your follies was bad enough, but presently we heard you asking out loud in the open street, is there another man left in Athens? And no, not one, you were assured in reply. Then we made up our minds without more delay to make common cause to save Greece. Open your ears to our wise counsel and hold your tongues, and we may yet put things on a better footing.
You put things indeed. Oh, this is too much. The insolence of the creatures. Silence, I say.
Silence yourself.
May I die 1,000 deaths, or I obey one who wears a veil.
If that's all that troubles you, here, take my veil, wrap it around your head, and hold your tongue. Then take this basket, put on a girdle, card wool, munch beans. The war shall be women's business.
Lay aside your water pots. We will guard them. We will help our friends and our companions.
For myself, I will never weary of the dance. My knees will never grow stiff with fatigue. I will brave everything with my dear allies, on whom nature has lavished virtue, grace, boldness, cleverness, and whose wisely directed energy is going to save the state.
Oh, my good gallant Lysistrata, and all my friends, be ever like a bundle of nettles. Never let your anger slacken. The winds of fortune, may they blow our way.
May gentle love and the sweet Cyprian queen shower seductive charms in our bosoms and all our person, if only that we may stir so amorous a feeling among the men that they stand as firm as sticks. We shall indeed deserve the name of peacemakers among the Greeks.
How will that be, pray?
To begin with, we will not see you any more running like mad fellows to the market holding lance and fist.
That will be something gained anyway, by the goddess it will.
Now we see him, mixed up with saucepans and kitchen stuff, armed to the teeth.
And how would you propose to restore peace and order in all the countries of Greece?
'Tis the easiest thing in the world.
Come, tell us how. I am curious to know.
When we are winding thread, and it is tangled, we pass the spool across through the skein. Now this way, now that way. Even so, to finish off the war. We shall send embassies hither and thither and everywhere to disentangle matters.
And this with your yarn and your skeins and your spools? You think to appease so many bitter Immunites, you silly women.
If only you had common sense, you would always do in politics the same as we do with our yarn.
It is not a sin and a shame to see the carding and winding estate. These women who have had neither art nor part in the burdens of war.
What? Wretched man, 'tis a far heavier burden to us than you. In the first place, we bear the sons who go off to fight far away from Athens.
Enough said. I do not recall sad and sorry memories.
Then, secondly, instead of enjoying the pleasures of love and making the best of our youth and beauty, we are left to languish far from our husbands, who are all with the army. But say no more of ourselves. What afflicts me is to see our girls growing old in lonely grief.
Don't the men grow old too?
That's not the same thing. When a soldier returns home from the wars, even though he has white hair, he very soon finds a young wife. But a woman has only one summer. If she does not make hay while the sun shines, no one will afterward have anything to say to her, and she spends her days consulting oracles that never send her a husband.
But the old man who can still erect his organ.
But you, why don't you get done with it and die? Here, take this funeral garland.
Drenching him with water.
And this one too.
Drenching him with water.
What do you lack more? Step aboard the boat. Sharon is waiting for you. You're keeping him from pushing off.
To treat me so scurvily, what an insult. I will go show myself to my fellow magistrates just as I am.
Awake, friends of freedom, let us hold ourselves ready to act. I suspect a mighty peril. I foresee another tyranny like Hippias. I'm so afraid the Spartans assembled here have, by a strategy of war, stirred up these women, enemies of the gods, to seize upon our treasury and the funds whereby I lived. Is it not a sin and a shame for them to interfere in advising the citizens to prate of shields and lances and to ally themselves with the Spartans? Fellows, I trust no more than I would so many famished wolves. The whole thing, my friends, is nothing else but an attempt to reestablish tyranny. But I will never submit. I will be on my guard for the future. I will always carry a hidden blade under myrtle bows. I will post myself in the public square, under arms, shoulder to shoulder, and now to make a start, I must just break a few of these cursed old jade's tooth yonder.
Nay, never play the brave man, else when you go back home, your own mother won't know you. But dear friends and allies, first let us lay our burdens down. Then citizens all, hear what I have to say. I have useful counsel to give our city, which deserves it as well at my hands for the brilliant distinctions it has lavished on my girlhood. What matters I was born a woman, if I can cure your misfortunes? I pay my share of tolls and taxes by giving men to the state. But you miserable gray beards, you contribute nothing to the public charges. On the contrary, you have wasted the treasure of our forefathers, as it was called. The treasure amassed in the days of the Persian Wars. You pay nothing at all in return, and into the bargain you endanger our lives and liberties by your mistakes. Have you one word to say for yourselves? Don't irritate me, you there, or I'll lay my slipper across your jaws, and it's pretty heavy.
Outrage upon outrage. Things are going from bad to worse. Let us punish the minxes, every one of us that has immense advantages to boast of. Come off with our tunics, for a man must savor of manhood. Come, my friends, let us strip naked from head to toe.
Courage, I say. If we give them the least hold over us, 'tis all up. Their audacity will know no bounds. Come then, we must even fit collars to all these willing necks.
By the blessed goddess of mountains, and a very hailstorm of blows will set you yelling for help. Come, dames. Off tunics and quick's the word. Women must scent the savor of the women.
In the throes of passion, now just you dare to measure strength with me, old graybeard, and I'll warrant you'll never eat garlic or black beans more. No, not a word. My anger is at my boiling point, and I'll do with you what the beetle did with the eagle's eggs. I laugh at your threats. So long as I have on my side Lampito here, and the noble Theban, my dear Ismenia.
Pass decree on decree. You can do us no hurt, you wretched abhorred of all your fellows. We shall never cease to suffer the like.
till someone gives you a knee trip up and breaks your neck for you.
Several days pass.
You, Lysistrata, you who are leader of our glorious enterprise, why do I see you coming towards me with so gloomy an air?
'Tis the behavior of these naughty women. 'Tis the female heart and female weakness so discourages me.
Tell us what is it?
I only tell the simple truth.
Well, what has happened so disconcerting? Come, tell your friend.
The thing is so hard to tell, yet so impossible to conceal.
Nay, never seek to hide any ill that has befallen our cause.
To blurt it out in a word, we are in heat.
Oh, Zeus! Oh, Zeus!
What use calling upon Zeus? The thing is, even as I say, I cannot stop them any longer from lusting after the men. They are all for deserting. The first I caught was slipping out by the postern gate near the cave of Pan. Another was letting herself down by rope and pulley. A third was busy preparing her escape, while a fourth, perched on a bird's back, was just taking wing for Orsilochus's house when I seized her by the hair. One and all, they are all inventing excuses to be off home. Look, there goes one trying to get out. Hello there, whither away so fast?
I want to go home. I have some wool in the house, which is getting eaten up by worms.
Bah, you and your worms. Go back, I say.
I will return immediately. I swear I will by the two goddesses. I only have to just spread it out on the bed.
You shall do nothing of the kind. I say, you shall not go.
Must I leave my wool to spoil then?
Yes, if need be.
Unhappy woman that I am. Alas for my flax. I've been left it at home unscript.
So, here's another trying to escape to go home and strip her flax, forsooth.
Oh, I swear by the goddess of the light, the instant I have put it in condition, I will come straight back.
You shall do nothing of the kind. If once you began, others would want to follow suit.
Oh, goddess divine, if the patroness of women in labor, stay the birth till I have reached a spot less hallowed by than Athens' mount.
What mean you by these silly tales?
I am going to have a child now, this minute.
But you were not pregnant yesterday.
Well, I am today. Oh, let me go in search of the midwife, Lysistrata. Quick!
What is this fable you are telling me? Ah, what have you got there so hard?
A male child.
No, by Aphrodite, nothing of the sort. Why, it feels like something hollow, a pot or a kettle. Oh, you baggage, if you have not got the sacred helmet of Pallas, and you said you were with child.
And so I am, by Zeus I am.
Then why this helmet, pray?
For fears my pain should seize me in the Acropolis. I mean to lay my eggs in this helmet, as the doves do.
Excuses and pretenses, every word, the thing's as clear as daylight. Anyway, you must stay here now till the 5th day, your day of purification.
I cannot sleep anymore in the Acropolis. Now I have seen the snake that guards the temples.
Ah, and those confounded owls with their dismal hooting. I cannot get a wink of rest, and I am just dying of fatigue.
You wicked women, have done with your falsehoods. You want your husbands, that's plain enough, but don't you think they want you just as badly? They are spending dreadful nights. Oh, I know that well enough, but hold out, my dears. Hold out. A little more patience and the victory will be ours. An oracle promises success if only we stay united. Shall I repeat the words?
Yes, tell us what the oracle declares.
Silence then. Now, whenas the swallows fleeing before the woodpeckers shall have all flocked together in one place, and shall refrain them from all amorous commerce, then will be the end of all the ills of life, and Zeus, which doth thunder in the skies, shall sit above what was erst below.
What? Shall men be underneath?
But if dissension do arise among the swallows, and they take wing from the holy temple, 'twill be said there is never a more wanton bird in the world.
Ye gods, the prophecy is clear. Nay, never let us be cast down by calamity. Let us be brave to bear and go back to our posts. 'Twere shameful indeed not to trust the promise of the oracle.
You dear old woman, I would fain kiss you.
I will set you crying without onions.
And I'd give you a sound kicking.
Suppose I up and broke your jaw for you.
I'm not a bit afraid of you.
Suppose I let her fly a good kick at you.
I should see your backside then.
You would see that. For all my age, it is very well tended to.
Ho there, come quick, come quick.
Oh, what is it? Why these cries?
A man! I see him approaching all afire with the flames of love. Oh, divine Cypus, Paphos, and Cythera, I pray you still be propitious to our enterprise.
Where is he, this unknown foe?
Yonder, beside the temple of Demeter.
Yes, indeed I see him, but who is it?
Look! Does any of you recognize him?
I do. I do. It's my husband, Canisius.
To work then. Be it your task to inflame and torture and torment him. Seductions, caresses, provocations, refusals. Try every means. Grant every favor, always accepting what is forbidden by our oath on the wine bowl.
Have no fear. I undertake the work.
Well, I will stay here to help you cajole the man and set his passions aflame. The rest of you, withdraw.
Alas, how I am tortured and spasm and rigid convulsion. Oh, I am racked on the wheel.
Who is this that dares to pass our lines?
It is I.
What? A man?
Yes, no doubt it. A man.
Begone!
But who are you who repulses me?
The sentinel of the day.
By all the gods, call Myrrhine hither.
Call Myrrhine hither, quotha, and pray, who are you?
I am her husband, Synesius, son of Paeon.
Ah, good day, my dear friend. Your name is not unknown amongst us. Your wife has it forever on her lips. She never touches an egg or an apple without saying, "'Twill be for Canisius."
Really? And truly?
Yes, indeed, by Aphrodite. And if we fall to talking of men, quick your wife declares, oh, all the rest, they're good for nothing compared to Canisius.
Oh, I beseech you, go and call her to me.
And what will you give me for my trouble?
Anything I've got. If you like, I will give you what I have here.
Well, I will tell her to come.
Come, quick. Life has no more charms for me since she left my house. I am sad. When I go indoors, it all seems so empty. My victuals have lost their savor. Desire eating out my heart.
I love him. Oh, I love him, but he won't let himself be loved. No, I shall not come.
Myrrhine, my little darling Myrrhine, what are you saying? Come down to me quick.
No, indeed, not I.
I call you Myrrhine. Myrrhine, will you not come?
Why should you call me? You do not want me.
Not want you? My weapon stands stiff with desire.
Goodbye.
Oh, Myrrhine, in our child's name, hear me. At any rate, hear the child. Little lad, call your mother.
Mama! Mama!
There,
Mama!
listen! Don't you pity the poor child? It's 6 days now since you've never washed and never fed the child.
Poor darling. Your father takes mighty little care of you.
Oh, come down, dears. Come down for the child's sake.
What a thing to be a mother. Well, we must come down, I suppose.
Why, how much younger and prettier she looks. Oh, and how she looks at me so lovingly. Her cruelty and scorn only redouble my passion.
You are as sweet as your father is provoking. Let me kiss you, my treasure, mother's darling.
Oh, what a bad thing it is to let yourself be led away by other women. Why give me such pain and suffering, and yourself into the bargain?
Hands off, sir.
Everything is going to wreck and ruin the house.
I don't care.
But your web, that's all being pecked to pieces by the cocks and hens. Don't you care for that?
Precious little.
And Aphrodite, whose mysteries you have not celebrated for so long. Oh, won't you come back home?
No. At least not until a sound treaty puts an end to the war.
Well, if you wish it so much, well, we'll make it. Your treaty.
Well and good. When that's done, I will come home. Till then, I am bound by my oath.
At any rate, let's have a short time together.
No. All the same, I can't say I don't love you.
You love me. Then why refuse what I ask, my little girl, my sweet Myrrhine?
You must be joking. What, before the child?
Mains, carry the lad home. There, you see. The child is gone. There's nothing to hinder us. Let us to work.
But, miserable man, where?
In the cave of Pan. Nothing could be better.
But how shall I purify myself before going back into the citadel?
Nothing easier. You can wash at the spring.
But my oath? Do you want me to perjure myself?
I take all responsibility. Never make yourself anxious.
Well, I'll be off then and find a bed for us.
Oh, 'tis not worthwhile. We can lie on the ground surely.
No, bad man as you are. I do not like you lying on bare earth.
Oh, how the girl dear loves me.
Coming back with the bed.
Come, get to bed quick. I'm going to undress. But plague take it. We must get a mattress.
A mattress? Oh no, never mind.
No, by Artemis, lie on the bare sacking? Never. Now we're too squalid.
A kiss?
Wait a minute.
Oh, by the great gods, be quick back.
Here's a mattress. Lie down. I'm just going to undress. But you've got no pillow.
I don't want one. No.
I do.
Oh, dear, they treat my poor penis for all the world like Tantalus.
There. Lift your head, dear.
That's really everything.
Is it everything? I wonder.
Oh, come, my treasure.
I'm just unfastening my girdle. But remember what you promised me about making peace. Mind you keep your word.
Yes. Upon my life, I will.
You have no blanket?
Great Zeus! What matter of that? 'Tis you I want to...
Never fear. Directly. I'll be back in no time.
The woman will kill me with her blankets.
Coming back with a blanket. Coming back with a blanket.
Now, get up for one moment.
Oh, but I tell you, our friend here is up all stiff and ready.
Would you like me to scent you?
No, by Apollo, no, please.
Yes, by Aphrodite, but I will whether you wish it or not.
Oh, great Zeus, may she soon be done.
Coming back with a flask of perfume.
Hold out your hand. Now rub it in.
Oh, in Apollo's name, I don't much like the smell of it, but perhaps 'twill improve when it's well rubbed in. It does not somehow smack of the marriage bed.
That what a scatterbrain I am, if I have not bought cheap perfumes.
Never mind, dearest, let be now.
Oh, you are joking.
Deuce take the man who first invented perfume, say I.
Coming back with another flask.
Here, take this bottle.
I have a better already service for your service, darling. Come, you provoking creature, to bed with you, and don't bring another thing.
Coming. I'm just slipping off my shoes. Dear boy, will you vote for peace?
I'll think about it.
Myrrhine runs away.
Oh, I am a dead man. She is killing me. She is gone and left me in torment.
In tragic style.
I must have someone to... I must. Ah, me. Oh, the loveliest of women has coerced and cheated me. Poor little lad, how am I to give you what you want so badly? Where is the brothel keeper? Quick, man, get me a nurse, do.
Poor miserable wretch, both in your amorousness, what tortures are yours?
Ah, you fill me with pity. Could any man's back and loins stand such a strain? He stands stiff and rigid, and there's never a wench to help him.
Ye gods in heaven, what pains I suffer.
Well, there it is. 'Tis her doing, that abandoned hussy.
No, rather say that sweetest, dearest darling.
That dearest darling? No, that hussy, say I. Zeus, thou god of the skies, cannot let loose a hurricane to sweep them all up into the air and whirl them around, then drop them down crash and impale them on the point of his weapon.
Say, where shall I find the magistrate?
Are you a man or a priapus, pray?
Oh, he is mighty simple. I am an envoy, of course, I swear I am, and I come from Sparta about making peace.
But look, you are hiding a lance under your clothes, surely.
No, nothing of the sort.
Well, then why do you turn away like that and pull your cloak out from your body? Have you gotten swellings in the groin with your journey?
The twin brother and the man is an old maniac.
My good man. Why, I can see it standing. Oh, fie.
I tell you no, but enough of this foolery.
Well, what is it that you have there then?
A Spartan codex.
Oh, indeed. A codex, is it? Well, speak out frankly. I know all about those matters. How are things going at Sparta now?
Oh, why, everything is turned upside down at Sparta. All the allies are half dead with lusting.
What is the reason of it all? Is it God's pan doing?
No, but Lampito's and the Spartan women's acting at her instigation. They have denied the men all access to their beds.
But whatever do you do?
No, we are at our wits' end. We walk about bent double just as if we were carrying lanterns in the wind. The Jades have sworn we shall not so much as touch them till we have agreed to conclude peace.
So I see now. 'Tis a general conspiracy embracing all Greece. Go you back to Sparta and bid them send envoys with plenary powers to treat for peace. I will urge our senators myself to name Platypus from us and to persuade them. Why, I will show them this.
What could be better?
Pointing to his own erect
I at your command.
No wild beast is there, no flame or fire, more fierce and untamable than woman. The leopard is less savage and shameless.
And yet you dare to make war upon me, wretch, when you might have me for your most faithful friend and ally.
Never, never can my hatred cease towards women.
Well, please yourself. Still, I cannot bear to leave you all naked as you are. Folks would laugh at you. Come, I'm going to put this tunic
Don't
on
need
you.
so many words. You can see what a state we are in. You can see what a state we're in. We're in.
Now, at any rate, you look like a man, and they wouldn't make fun of you. I mean, if you had not offended me so badly, I would take out that nasty insect you have in your eye for you.
So that was annoying me so. Look, just remove the insect and show it to me. By Zeus, it has been hurting my eye this ever so long.
Well, I agree, though. Your manners are not over and above pleasant. Oh, what a huge, great gnat. Just look. It's from Tricycurus for sure.
1,000 thanks. The creature was digging a regular well in my eye. Now it's gone. My tears flow freely.
Oh, I will wipe them for you, you bad, naughty man that you are. Now just one kiss.
No, a kiss? Certainly not.
Just one, whether you like it or not.
Oh, those confounded women. How they do cajole, how true the saying, 'tis impossible to live with baggage and possible to live without them. Come, let us agree for the future not to regard each other any more as enemies. And here come the envoys from Sparta with their long flowing beards. Why would you think they wore a cage between their thighs? Hail to
Enter
you.
the Sparta envoys.
Hail to you, first of all, Spartans, then tell us how you fare.
No need for many words. You can see what a state we are in.
Alas, the situation grows more and more strained. The intensity of the thing is just frightful.
'Tis beyond belief. But to work, summon your commissioners and let us patch up the best peace we made.
Our men, too, like wrestlers in the arena, cannot endure a rag over their bellies. 'Tis an athlete's malady, which only exercise can remedy.
Can anybody tell me what Lysistrata is? Surely she will have some compassion on my condition.
Look, 'tis this very same complaint. Don't you feel
Addressing the Athenian.
Don't you feel of mornings a strong nervous tension?
Oh, what a terrible state we are in. Greeting to you, Spartan fellow sufferers. Speak out, Spartans. What is it that brings you here?
We have come to treat for peace.
Well said. We are of the same mind. Better call Lysistrata then. She is the only person who will bring us to terms.
Needless to call her. She has heard your voices, and here she comes.
Hail, boldest and bravest of womankind. The time has come to show yourself and turn uncompromising and conciliatory, exacting and yielding, haughty and condescending. Call up all your skill and artfulness. Lo, the foremost men in Hellas, seduced by your fascinations, are agreed to entrust you with the task of ending their cause.
"'Twill be an easy task. Spartans, approach, and you, Athenians, on my other side. Now, hearken all. I am but a woman, but I have good common sense. Nature has dowered me with discriminating judgment, which I have yet further developed, thanks to the wise teachings of my father and the elders of the city. First, I must bring a reproach against you that applies equally to both sides. At Olympia and Thermopylae and Delphi and a score of other places too numerous to mention, you celebrate before the same altars ceremonies common to all Hellenists, and yet you go cutting at each other's throats and sacking Hellenic cities, when all the while the barbarian is yonder threatening you. That is my first point.
Oh, concupiscence, it's killing me.
Now it is to you that I address myself, Spartans. Have you forgotten how Pericleides, your own countryman, sat supplicant before our altars? How pale he was in his purple robes. He had come to crave an army of us. 'Twas the time when Messenia was pressing you sore and the sea god was shaking the earth. Simon marched to your aid at the head of 4,000 soldiers and saved Sparta. And after such a service as that, you ravage the soil of your benefactors.
They do wrong. Very wrong, Lysistrata.
We do wrong, very wrong. Oh, great gods, what lovely thighs she has. Whew.
And now a word to the Athenians. Have you no memory left of how in the days when you wore the tunics of slaves, the Spartans came, spear in hand, and slew a host of Thessalians and partisans of Hippias the tyrant? Then they, and only they, fought on your side on that eventful day. They delivered you from despotism, and thanks to them, our nation can change the short tunic of the slave for the long cloak of the free man.
Oh, I have never seen a woman of more gracious dignity.
I have never seen a woman with a finer fupa.
Bound by such ties of mutual kindness, how can you bear to be at war? Stop. Stay the hateful strife. Be reconciled. What hinders you?
We are quite ready if they will give us back our rampart.
What rampart, my dear man?
Pylos, which we have been asking for and craving for ever so long.
In the sea god's name, you shall never have it.
Agree, my friends. Agree.
But then what city shall we be able to stir up trouble in?
Ask for another place in exchange.
Ah, that's the ticket. Well, to begin with, give us Incamus, the Malic Gulf adjoining, and the 2 legs of Megara.
Oh, surely not all that, my dear sir.
Come to terms. Never make a difficulty of 2 legs or more.
Well, I'm ready now to off-coat and cultivate my land.
And I, too, to dung it to start with.
That's just what you shall do once peace is signed. So if you really want to make it go, consult your allies about the matter.
What allies? I should like to know. While we are all on the stand, no one but is mad to be acting. What we want is to be in bed with our wives. How should our allies fail to second our project?
And ours the same, for certain sure.
Well said indeed. Now go. Purify yourselves for entering the Acropolis, where the woman will invite you to supper. We will empty our provision baskets to do you honor. At table, you will exchange oaths and pledges. Then each man will go home with his wife.
Come along then, as quick as it may be.
Lead on, I am your man.
Quick, it's the word. Say I.
Embroidered stuffs and dainty tunics and flowing gowns and golden ornaments, everything I have, I offer them to you with all my heart. Take them all for your children, for your girls. Against they are chosen basket bearers for the goddess.
I invite you, everyone, to enter. Come in and choose whatever you will. There is nothing so well fastened you cannot break the seals and carry away the contents. Look about you everywhere. You won't find a blessed thing unless you have sharper eyes than mine.
And if any of you lacks corn to feed his young and your numerous family, why, I have a few grains of wheat at home. Let him take what I have to give.
Such a merry banquet I've never seen before. The Spartans were simply charming. After the drink is in, while we are all wise men, all. It's only natural to be sure for sober, we're all fools. Take my advice, my fellow countrymen. Our envoy should always be drunk. We go to Sparta. We enter the city sober. Why? We must be picking a car directly. We don't understand what they say to us. We imagine a lot they don't say at all. And we report home all wrong, all topsy-turvy. But look you, today is quite different. We're enchanted whatever happens.
Oh, the Myrrhine. Inspire these men. Inspire my muse who knows our exploits and those of the Athenians. With what god-like ardor did they swoop down at Artemisium on the ships of the Medes?
What a glorious victory was that. For the soldiers of Leonidas, they were like fierce wild boars whetting their tusks. The sweat ran down their faces and drenched all their limbs, for verily the Persians were as many as the sands on the shore. Ah! Artemis, huntress queen, whose arrows pierce the denizens of the woods, virgin goddess, be thou favorable to the peace we here conclude. Through thee may our hearts be long united. May this treaty draw close forever the bonds of a happy friendship. No more wiles or stratagems. Aid us, oh, aid us, maiden huntress.
All is for the best. And now, Spartans, take your wives away home with you, and you, Athenians, yours. May husband live happily with wife, and wife with husband. Dance, dance to celebrate our bliss, and let us be heedful to avoid mistakes like this for the future.
End.
Everybody can come back on if they on. Come back on.